I figured out some really cool ways to create videos really fast and to create guided visualizations and guided meditations to really learn faster about AI and the future of all of us. So it's been a really busy, great week where so many things have come together. But you know what happens when you're really successful? It creates a lot of work. So that's what has happened. I'm going to be able to pull it all together, though, very quickly with great media, great support, and great opportunities and platforms. But I just wanted to say hi and demonstrate that today is February 21st and how quickly I can create content. Like this is 7:42, and I'll have this ready for our 8 o'clock meeting. And there it is. And it even
That's great.
has a link to the AI Super Campus right in the video. So there's a lot of cool things. But you know what's so funny, Ron? I've been concentrating on I'm like Welcome to the AI Super Campus. I've been concentrating on YouTube, and all the while I didn't realize I have accumulated 60,000 followers on Instagram. And I didn't even
Wow.
know it, to tell you the truth. So here's my Instagram account with 60,000 followers. So I'm going to be focusing, I'll still focus on YouTube, but I'm going to be focusing with ChatGPT networking, and that's the name of the account on Instagram. So that was really an eye opener. You never know what to expect in social media. You get surprised all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But that's really cool. So okay. So here's now I just created this, and again it says insert date. I didn't even have time to do that. But the major accomplishments of the AI Super Campus, the landing page that was created by, okay, I'll stay here because I don't have an official domain for this yet, but let me go to the AI Super Campus because this was fun. Something happened just yesterday because of this. Let me just pull it up. AI Super Campus. Okay, are you seeing this okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll give you a quick tour. Uh Up here we have ChatGPT networking guides. And we focus on the half trillion AI initiatives out of the White House and ETV gammas and now social media guides that are now available on Gamma. So this is the size now. See, it's smaller format to create social media postings. This is new from Gamma, so this is cool. So, and that will really help the Instagram um initiatives that I'm doing. So the ChatGPT, let's see, where is the where did I put Super Campus? Well, I'll just open it again. AI. Okay. So, folks, Ron and I are here. He's looking at it. We'll be talking about it. It's sponsored by Mail Softly. You can sign up for a free account right up here at the top. Subscribe to Mail Softly, and that's where you will get our ChatGPT networking guides free right into your inbox. And you can subscribe and go rich to our guides and newsletters from the AI Super Campus right at the bottom. And Ron and I are looking at the half trillion AI initiative meeting in the White House. And that's one of the things that we want to help you do. And we're going to guide you right to taking advantage of this in AI, the future of you and all of us together. So we're looking at a rundown, and so I'll go through what those are. We have the new landing page. We have the key platform expansion, and I will show you that as well. This is a big one. I'll go to the host of where we are building the new Chat GPT networking news of the Bay Area. on this new platform that I'm showing around. It's called Snap Opportunity. And my friend Abe Nasser, who I met at a networking event, is going to be hosting the AI Super Campus here on Snap Opportunity, which I'm showing around right now. They have a whole bunch of web hits, over 7.5 monthly visits to the website's AI-driven business. Abe has a decade of working with Google in AI, massive experience and wisdom. It's going to be very, very exciting for the whole Bay Area. So we're kind of expanding. I was hoping to make Lafayette, California, as Ron knows, kind of the mecca of AI, but now we're able to expand it and include Lafayette, but expand it out to the whole Bay Area. So that's one of the things that I'm talking with Abe Nasser, the CEO of Snap Opportunity, about. But the other thing that now, and I just talked to my a partner from Oxford now, Cool Thomas, that we want to have a meeting with Abe today about hosting a gathering of and this is just in planning, that we want to present, hope we can pull it together. I'm connected with Dr. Michael Baker of the Commonwealth Club. So I would hope to use the great Commonwealth Club to help share some Chat GPT initiatives about media literacy and do it with the Commonwealth Club and Oxford University, all promoted right here on our Chat GPT networking of the Bay Area. So, I mean, big plans and visions. And, as Ron knows, I always say, the only shortcoming you have with AI is to just not think big enough. So, we want to make sure we're shooting for the stars. And even if we only hit the moon, we're still successful. So
Yes, yes.
we want to go for it. Right. So, any comments so far? I've got other things to go through, Ron, but love to hear your feedback so far.
So how are you going to collaborate with the person who developed that Snap Opportunity site?
I'm going to be creating content and promoting projects there for speakers, authors, experts, small businesses. It's really a place. It's almost like an AI supported incubator for new ideas and projects. So I'm going to be the head, I guess, content creator for the ChatGPT networking for Snap Opportunity, among other people. But I'll be focusing on bringing an awful lot of business to the table for it, is what I really want to do.
That's great. Well, it reminds me of that saying, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Yeah, good point. And and it goes back to my background around in Publicity Express magazine, and how important those media connections were. So, I used to charge anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month to do publicity for authors and experts, and I did that for years, for about 15 years. Had my clients in USA Today, on the Oprah Winfrey Show, CNN Worldwide Prime Time. There was virtually no place that, I didn't have clients, you know, through publicity. Well, now, there's going to be opportunities from free to low cost publicity throughout the Bay Area. And then Abe wants to expand nationally, but we want to start in the Bay Area.
That's a great vision.
Yeah, so that's exciting. So that's one thing. Now I'll go on to focusing on AI guided audio content. I already came up with a table of contents, and I really believe that the reason I want to do the guided audios is because you have to be able to get your message into people's ears and eyes and minds, or what good is it? Without being able to reach people, a terrible thing happens, nothing. And so there's so many webinars and events and Zoom meetings that I don't want people to have to be stuck on Zoom meetings like you experienced going out for a podcast listening walk, and you were out doing what you do with FinFit Life to promote, people being healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I'll let you kind of explain that. But then you created a video on the way and you were out and about. You weren't stuck. You weren't stagnant. You were moving, cause and effect. So why don't you explain a little bit about that walk that you took and how you shared, social media on your walk?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that, Mike. So basically, I was following your excellent example. So you talk about podcast listening. In fact, here's a factoid. I was on Tim Ferriss' website or YouTube channel. I think he has the largest podcast in the world, like 1 billion downloads. And guess what? It was on YouTube, but there's no video. It's
Uh,
exactly the same as your format. And I said, oh my gosh, there's this. So you're definitely on the leading edge because I follow Tim Ferriss a lot. But the idea with podcast listening is it's a podcast on YouTube, but there's no video. So I was out walking, listening to the podcast that Mike created during a morning walk. And then I thought, hey, what the heck? I'll just do a short video with my phone. And so I was walking in my neighborhood. I like to do that in the morning when the sun's up and explain, well, here's podcast listening. You can listen while you're walking. Have two benefits at the same time. You can benefit yourself physically by walking. That's one of the things that FinFit Life rewards is simple walking, moving your body, and then also enriching your mind, creating content. And so I think that physical act and that mental absorption of the information really complements each other. So basically, Mike, I was, following your example, and it was just very informal. I'm out there with my jacket and my hat on, and just broadcasting and recording while I'm walking. So thanks for that hint, and thanks for that idea.
and that's the new standard, folks. You don't have to really concentrate on, killing yourself trying to create the perfect video. That's not necessary at all. People don't expect that. They expect authenticity, like Ron's experience and wisdom of many, many years. And what does Tim Ferriss do, Ron? Let me point that out to you too. This is a great example of what you just said. He's a mega influencer and podcaster, but you know what else he does? Email. I get emails from Tim Ferriss all the time. Why? Because all of the top people all use email. They all follow up. They stay in touch with people, they engage with people, they follow up with email. And, people sometimes tell me, oh, I hate email. I understand that, just like people hate commercials, but they still watch it because they want free TV. And, the thing about email that people don't understand, it's a wealth of knowledge that's free information, super usable, convenient, and it's the most persistent means of communication since the dawn of the World Wide Web. Email was one of the first things out there, and it's still being used in a very big way today. So, people that just downgrade email really aren't being very practical. Thing I love about email, it works. And Tim Ferriss, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, you name it, and they all know it works, and that's why they do it. So that's why I promote Mail Softly, and that's why I use Mail Softly, so we can deliver content right into their inbox. And then the other thing was when, the smart practical thing that you did by promoting podcast listening was that in our podcast, people learn more about you. And that is smart and that's practical. And that's what other people can do too when they join us. So I'm just going to be starting. I sent you an email that you looked at and liked, and I'm going to be distributing that. And so let me go on with the key points of this week.
Oh,
So, oh,
Mike, I have a footnote on email.
yeah,
Probably one of the most important things about email is that you own the list.
yeah.
What happens if you have a huge YouTube channel and YouTube changes their algorithm, or TikTok, for example? So when you have an email list, you own that list and you're not subject to changes if you're on any other platform. So that's one huge advantage of creating an email list.
That's so true. You can't underestimate that. Like I mentioned, having 60,000 followers on Instagram, they could be taken away from me in a heartbeat because I'm just a sharecropper on Instagram. I don't own Instagram. I just go there and and I do the work. And, I host the content on there, but I don't own it. But, the thing is that if I'm building up my email list, like Ron says, like you can sell off your insurance agency, because you're building up an equity in it and everything. Well, let's say I wanted my sons to take over my AI Super Campus business. I own the equity in that email list, and I've got about 4,000 emails through my networking activities. Well, like Ron says, that's something I own. Well, if you want to own a piece of the future of I believe that focusing on building up your own email list, and we've got some amazing strategies that we're going to share in the AI Super Campus about how to do that. Even if you don't have a list, even if you don't have one follower, we have solutions for you that we'll be delivering right to your inbox with the AI Super Campus.
Sounds great.
That makes sense.
Oh,
So let me
absolutely.
move on. I've got so many notes. Let's see. I created a 7-day progression, and I have that at the bottom. I'll get to that in a minute and show you what the 7-day progression of podcast listening guides from the AI Super Campus. So you can go out, do a healthy walk, and listen. What I realized, and the reason I decided to focus more on guided visualizations than webinars is because I really realized people don't fully understand yet how they can really create miracles, and I mean miracles, in their lives by really making things come to reality with communication in a way they've never had the power to communicate before in the history of mankind. People have only relied on their experience or their teaching or how much education or training they had to power their communications. That's why we have so many problems with communication. People who think they're communicating really aren't. They don't even know they're not. And so they run into bumping heads with people, not able to overcome wrinkles or hiccups in communications. And so they give up on them. And this is how marriages end and businesses end and relationships end and friendships end because of a failure to truly communicate at a much more reasonable, practical, and higher plane of thinking. And it can bring so many benefits into your life, new relationships, new opportunities when you can really use the new power of communication if you tap into it. It's not good enough to know about it. You actually have to use it. So that's why I teach checking in 7 days a week with ChatGPT. Ron, did you have something to say?
Oh no, I'm still listening. Thanks.
Okay. So that was it. Now, I went to a great networking event that I shared about with Ron, and Ron and I believe in doing a division of labor. We don't want to all do the same thing all the time. So I have some connections that I can share with Ron and that I met at the networking event. And then after the networking event, and they announced it at the event, I had already registered that I went to a Nourish and networking event at the Contra Costa Food Bank. I'd been before, and that's where I got the idea of creating Nourish and networking events because there's such a win-win-win-win situation for everybody, but most importantly for networkers. For example, I went yesterday to the food bank and I sorted food, which is kind of a metaphor for networking. You sort through people to find out who's a fit for you, who's not, who you can help, who you can't. And who else was I networking with besides the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce? It was with Salesforce veterans, people who had been with Salesforce for over a decade. So these were very knowledgeable, very professional, high-end professional people who have money and need insurance and need housing and need things, right? So to be able to go and network with high-end executives, and why are they there? Salesforce actually promotes as a company that people do volunteer work. So they were actually getting paid to be there as volunteers with the food bank. So, they were excited to be there. They were happy to help and they did amazing work. And I got to network with them, meet them. And one young man, I pulled out my phone and said, Here, just give me your email address at the AI Super Campus. He goes, sure. And, filled it in right away, signed up, and there was a submission for growing my email list at a networking event. Easiest thing in the world. So that was really cool. And you know what I've always said is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And they won't know unless you show it. So we got some really cool pictures and I'll be sharing those of, letting people know that, the people who helped at the food bank and we can promote them all out. What do you think of that?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a win-win-win, right? They're there to contribute, getting paid is a plus, but also, just the fact that they're out in the community, not just sitting behind their computer, that's the new reality. It's not just being on a screen, but press the flesh, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's an old school saying.
Yeah, and you really feel like, when you were doing a project together, there's a real sense of satisfaction. You did it together. It makes you more memorable, them more real and memorable. And of course, we have to create as much reality in our lives in the era of AI. Like you say, pressing the flesh makes it real. It's not just an AI bot. So the potential impact of the AI super campuses and storytelling through interactive, dynamic social content, and then their really great takeaway, I think, was the new development of this social part of Gamma for the AI super campus and making it the digital gateway to the $500 billion initiative out of the White House. That's just a wave, folks, that you got to grab your surfboard and ride that wave, and we don't want you missing out on it. So here's more about that. Just uploaded this today. Yeah, I didn't even finish it. Sorry about that. Alkin, it's Balkaya, his last name, but why email matters. the metrics of it,
Are
the
you
study.
sharing your screen, Mike?
Yeah, you're not seeing it. Let me
No.
reshare. Okay, thanks for mentioning that. Can you see it now?
Okay, there it goes.
Okay. Sorry about that. So, continue on behind the scenes, leveraging AI technologies, onboarding made simple, because you can reach people when they're having fun, walking their kids, fishing, doing whatever they want to do, and expanding the ecosystem, community building, podcast listening, signing up for free to the AI Super Campus, join the movement. I added one thing. Let me refresh the page and see if the new thing I added at the bottom shows up this time. Do, do, do. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah. So here at the bottom of this page, and I will put this into chat, Ron, for you so that you can review it because I think there's some really cool stuff in it. So I'm going to share it with you in chat, and you can. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to put in. Eliminate that. Grab the link to this site that I just created. Here it is. Huh. That was like, oh, let me re-grab it. Published view site. Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the actual link to it, and this will have everything in it. So that's what I wanted to share with you. So you have everything. And there it is. And it's also a cool example of how I could share the rundown of the week with Ron, go through it. We're recording podcast listening because I will turn this into an audio for a review of the week with Ron. And I just shared with him this website and all the notes and everything that's in here. So that's the link to it, Ron. If you click on it now, then you'll have it.
Yes, I just
Don't
did.
click on it, then if when we leave the meeting, you would lose it. So there's some really cool stuff. And I can even add more content to this page after this meeting and after Ron has it, because he'll have the link to it. So I can continue to add content to it. For example, the table of contents of the AI Super Campus guided visualizations. Now I created this table of content today. So it's about the headline, starting your AI journey, description, the introduction to AI. And I'm going to be creating this in email courses that are so rich, so valuable that they can be uploaded, even though they're being delivered by email. They can be uploaded to a course platform like the Great Discovery with sections and lessons and excuse me. Day two, the power of the AI Super Campus guided visualizations. What is the power of using guided visualizations? Then how to influence softly. So, in other words, instead of just going into pitch fests, which are like a dodgeball game and people are trying to dodge pitches, into, influence people softly with valuable content that they can absorb through guided visualizations when they're doing something that they enjoy doing. Modern media miracles, really understanding how to create new miracles in your life. And how do you define a miracle? Could be a coincidence, could be a new door open, could be a new relationship that you didn't have before, giving you more confidence for more new relationships because of the understanding the full power of the strength of AI that you can have to support you in new relationships that maybe before you would have been afraid to build, but now with the strength of AI, you can really relate to and grow with anybody. Effective communication, learning that, preparing for the AI wave. So these are all things that I've already shared with Ron, and now I'm going to be creating these and recording and producing these guided visualizations, um, complete with sound effects, to make them fun, entertaining, and things that most people can't really do easily in a webinar or a Zoom meeting. So that's kind of the overview. It's been a crazy week, but boy, the opportunities are really opening up fast and furiously. But I think we have the ability to catch them, organize them, and communicate them, and that's what I really wanted to be able to do.
Well, I think, what you said, Mike, is just about being available, right? And proactively, attending these different events. You never know who you're going to meet. And it could be that one person. Oh, well, like you mentioned the gentleman that has the Snap opportunity. That could literally, like you said, explode not only Bay Area, California, Western US, all of US, international, right? So it all starts and it's with who you connect with and collaborate with for mutual benefit. When I'm on Zoom networking meetings, they say, okay, well, you have 60 seconds or 30 seconds to give your elevator pitch. Well, who even, if you're in a breakout room with 4 or 5 people, who remembers those elevator pitches? So, like you say, the fortune is in the follow-up, or you have that phrase about following up, and it's really critical just to be active, be out there, be social. That could be a hashtag. Just getting out, shaking hands, giving hugs, and getting to know people face to face, and especially when you're contributing at a nonprofit, there's huge opportunity. In fact, I made a note here to look up the San Jose Food Bank, because I can be pretty solitary, but I'm also looking at opportunities to just be involved in the community. So I just wanted to share that idea.
And what a great place to do a social posting from at the food bank. It helps the food bank. It makes more awareness about you. But Ron, you hit on a key word as you always do. You are so good at focusing on important things, and it's availability. Think about that. Ron mentioned being available and availability. That it in that one word, Ron. Think about that for a second, folks. Okay, let's do a comparison to getting 30 seconds at a networking event. That hardly makes you available, okay? It's kind of the unavailability, the antithesis of being available to people. But I wrote that word down, available, because that's what podcast listening is all about. To be available, to guide, to help, to give information at the time that people want you. You're available 24/7 when they want to learn more, not just on your schedule or the scheduled event of the timing of the networking meeting. And I love networking meetings. I've been putting them on for years, but I know the strengths and limitations of them. And they can be a ritual that make you feel better. But if you're just looking for a ritual, then go to networking events. But if you're looking for business, go to networking events plus practice checking in and following up and being available and following up with a podcast that people can listen to when they're walking and when they're doing some exercise. So that makes you available. And that's how you super serve people who are wanting to learn more about who you are and what you have to offer. So I wrote that down that's part of it.
Sounds good.
Make sense?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So we will be just as I have with Mail Softly, and I got the AI Super Campus up and working. Um, Now we're going to be doing that with Snap Opportunity. I've got a number of meetings, both with people and partners, about Snap Opportunity to pull together that as much as we possibly can. Being able to uh, promote and help the Commonwealth Club as much as I possibly can to get their great messages out there in a new way on a new platform, and be able to share the strategies that I've learned at Oxford University about narrative storytelling and creating sustainable communities. So those are the things I'm working on, and this is a great new opportunity to be able to do that.
Also, too, when you talk about opportunity, you never know as you're being active and engaged with people in communities, you never know what new opportunities might come up just by, like you said, being available.
That's what I love about that. That's probably the number one thing that I love about networking is, as I always say, you never know who the very next person you meet is has the potential to change the entire trajectory of your life. And that can be um Mail Softly, that could be Snap Opportunity, and that could be FinFit Life. In fact, let's do a little talk demonstration about the CEO behind you, Ron, of FinFit Life, and talk a little bit about that meeting that we're looking at.
Yes, well, so I'll cover my camera.
Here
So
we
this
go.
is a photo. This is Sunday morning, 7 a.m. at a hotel ballroom in Chicago at one of our conventions. So the hashtags for FinFit Life is health, wealth, and lifestyle. So with FinFit Life, we want to reward people for being healthy. It could be as simple as walking and exercising. And on the wealth side, we want to help people protect and grow their finances. This was at the end of, we had a 7 a.m. workout in the hotel ballroom. So there's a bunch of us there, all ages, all different backgrounds. And the gentleman in the blue shirt, that's the president of our company, Bill Pinus. He has a huge business background. He used to be a football coach and also was a quarterback at Brown University. So we live what we teach. So we got up, showed up at 7 a.m., all of us had a good workout. And there's the president leading our parade. So
Yeah,
we definitely lead by example, right? For example, I go
exactly.
out for walking, I have a morning routine, and we really are, our movement, we talk about our FinFit Life movement. Our movement is health, wealth, and lifestyle. And we really want to make an impact on individuals, one person at a time, but also communities, especially underserved communities when it comes to financial education. But with in today's world, like I mentioned, I heard it's and I mentioned to you, sitting is the new smoking.
Right.
So on my Fitbit, it'll alert me if I've been sitting for more than an hour without moving. And so it says, oh, it goes beep, beep, beep. So it reminds me to get up and just, walk around inside or even just go up and down the block. So, the movement is about health. And what is wealth if you don't have your health? And what is health if you're living paycheck to paycheck? You don't have any fun. So, that's the short story of the photo behind me.
Well, what I'm going to be doing, I've decided that I want to create all kinds of different, because I can create content so fast. I can create this into a podcast listening opportunity and make it what I call an audio video. So there is a video part of the podcast listening. It's not pure audio, so I can put it up on YouTube. But it's designed to be listened to. and still learn and then go to the AI Super Campus and see the things that Ron and I are talking about. But I also want to create some that are, I do yoga nidra is, for energy in as little as 10 minutes, just sitting back, closing my eyes, relaxing and listening to a yoga nidra relaxation guided visualization, or to go out for a 15-20 minute walk or an hour walk. So I'm going to be creating them in a variety of formats. I will also create AI chalk talks that are visual, like your quarterback and coach knows. Sometimes you need circles, X's, and O's, to really help lay it out. So we're going to be creating a lot of content to help people to, hook into the $500 billion AI initiative and wave that's coming. So that's it for me. That's the rundown of the week from the AI Super Campus Run for me. We always like to remind people to click on the link right below this video to hook up with the AI Super Campus and helping you to get the most out of your networking events. This is just training. We don't look at these really as networking events. We look at them as training events for, people that are going to networking events. And we have a lot of great networking events that we can recommend to you, like how to prepare to go to, events like the two I just came from yesterday. So that's it for me, Ron. Is that it for you? You're good?
Yes, I'm good. Always good to see you and learn from you, Mike. So have a great weekend.
I'll keep the content coming. I'll share this when I get it all set up as a podcast listening episode with you, Ron.
I'll look forward to hearing it.
All
Thanks.
right, my friend. Thank you for joining us again today, entrepreneurs and business networkers. But wait, there's more. Listen to this short word from our sponsor. Engagement. That's the secret behind email inbox headliners. Networkers, I got to ask you, are you sending out emails or not? No? You need to be checking in and following up. Then let me ask you this. Why do you think Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, Marie Forleo, and Kim Commando and more all send emails? Because, folks, no matter what you think of email, like it or not, email works. It will work for you too if you're serious about networking, growing your influence, and building real relationships. You need to be following up right away. I'm Mike Hayes, founder of CrossGroup Networking Strategy Training to grow all groups. I host podcast listening courses on the AI Super Campus, and I'm a longtime media veteran, starting with NBC TV and radio networks in New York. I've interviewed and studied the world's greatest communicators, including people who have become presidents of the United States. And right now, the United States government has launched the $500 billion AI communication movement. Whether you realize it or not, you're already involved. That's why I chose Mail Softly. Mail Softly is the AI-powered email marketing platform that makes it easy to create follow-ups that get read, get clicks, and get results. With Mail Softly, you get AI-generated emails that capture attention and convert. You get a drag and drop editor. So even if you're not a designer, you can create great, stunning emails in minutes. You get powerful automation that keeps your audience engaged 24/7. And you get advanced analytics, so you know exactly what's working and what's not. And that's why I use it. And right now, for a limited time, when you sign up for Mail Softly, even the free account, you'll get exclusive email training from the AI Super Campus. I've interviewed the AI inbox headliners from Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins, and I've analyzed the podcasting powerhouses of today, like Mel Robbins and Joe Rogan. And so I've developed one-of-a-kind podcast listening courses to teach you their AI student-teacher mindset. They learn from others and they teach. You too can learn how to practice podcast listening with my Mail Softly messages right in your inbox, free, so you can craft emails that connect, convert, and create lasting impact. And don't forget the best part, it's absolutely free. Just sign up for Mail Softly today, and this exclusive training is yours, no strings attached. Just click the link right below this video right now and start transforming your emails into powerful AI-driven engagement tools. Don't let your emails go unread. Make them work for you with Mail Softly and the AI Super Campus training. I'm Mike Hayes.